Add to the stage. What's going on, everybody? All right, I want to see if this is connecting right to YouTube. For those of you that may be watching or may not be watching, today we are going to be going live with the CEO of Bblack crypto card, Omere. Now, I want to have full disclosure right now. I am working on StreamYard today, which is a little bit different than Zoom. And I'm trying to learn this thing on the fly today, but that's okay. We're going to do the best that we can. I'm going to copy the link and make sure that my brother has it. Hopefully that should get him in the room. All right. And I want to make sure I can check and see. All right. Live viewer comments show up on the StreamYard. This is an example. Click. Ooh, I'm learning on the fly. All right. I probably should have done this before I got in there, but hope everyone's doing all right. We are here, BOJ Live, and I'm just checking a few things before we get rolling. It's 11:55. And I want to make sure that I am being heard and seen clearly. So if those of you that are out there, if you could just send me a comment, let me know that you can see me, let me know that you can hear me. That would be fantastic. And I'm going to see how those comments roll in. This is a very important call, but I had to do a little bit of a switch in my apparatuses today just to make sure that we could move efficiently. All right. So cool. I've got it up and it's showing on YouTube, which is great. For those of you that can hear me, let me know in the comment section that you can hear me. We're going to be getting started at 12 noon. All right. So in about 4 minutes, we're going to be getting started. And we have the CEO of Bblack crypto card on with us today, and we're so excited about that. As a matter of fact, I have been talking about this card for the last few weeks. Well, actually, yeah, it's been a couple weeks now. And you guys know that I love bringing tools that have something to do with crypto. I love bringing tools that help us on a day-to-day basis be able to not only use our crypto, but exchange crypto and different other tools that are out there for us to use as crypto enthusiasts, right? So this is one of the products that I'm really excited about. And like I've said in my videos, this product is not for everyone, all right? This is a luxury experience. This is for maybe some of the people that are shooting for that luxury experience or already are used to a luxury experience as it pertains to cryptocurrency and what our opportunities are in it and how we can spin it, all right? And this platform, this company has a lot of different relationships with different businesses. They are doing events, live events all the time. Their promo is going on right now. So people are going to start seeing the Bblack crypto card. And it's being promoted as the American Express of crypto cards. All right. So I want that to be very clear that this card is for a select few. All right. It's for the people that want a different experience. And we're going to have the CEO of this company, Omere, come on and talk to us today and hopefully build some value in what the card provides. Now, like I said, it's not going to be for everybody. So whoever decides that it is for them, it's for them. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe it provides a whole lot of value, and we're going to have the CEO on today. So if you are in the room right now, if you are watching this video, please let us know in the comment section where you're watching from. Let me know where you're tuning in from today. We always love to hear from the folks that are watching. And we're going to give it a couple minutes, and we're going to have Mike come on and holla at us for a few minutes about why this card is important to have in your wallet. All right. I've got it in mind. So I know why it's going to be important for me, but I want to make sure that everyone understands the opportunity that is here in its entirety. All right. I want everyone to make sure that they know what they're either going to be taking advantage of or missing out on. All right. because some of you will be missing out on this opportunity. It just is what it is. Not everyone can be involved. All right. So another couple minutes. Let me get myself a little bit better organized here. For those of you that are watching, let me know where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to like that like button on this video. I'm always gonna lead by example and be the first. And go ahead and like the video. But if you're watching right now, make sure you like this video. If you want to share this with anybody else, if you're watching the replay of this video, make sure you share this with folks that you care about. Make sure you share this with folks that you believe could take advantage of a company like this that's doing what it's doing, an opportunity like this. As you guys know, as there is the product side, there is an active side. There is an affiliate side that is also a very exciting thing. So in another 60 seconds or so, we're going to be having Mike on. We're going to be talking about it. Those of you that get an opportunity to hear Mike live here, it's going to be great for you guys to hear him. For those of you guys that are watching the replay, take your time with the replay. Make sure you're listening to everything. Make sure you get a clear understanding of who this brother is and the company that he represents, because I do believe we all will be seeing more of this company going forward, especially if you are going to stay in this crypto space. All right. It is 12 noon. I want to be a man of my word. I want to do things on time, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to have my brother Mike. Now, he is in the waiting room already. We're about to add him to the stage. And for full disclosure, this is my first time using StreamYard. So if we deal with a couple technical the difficulties, just bear with us. But it seems pretty simple to use. And we're going to have our brother on. We're going to add him to the stage right now. Without further ado, I want to present to some, introduce to others, Mike Omere, who is the CEO of the Bblack card. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the American Express of the cryptocurrency world, and we're so excited to have him. Now, I want to be able to make sure that I can see you and that you can hear me and see me, Mike. Can you hear me, first of all?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Now, I want to just check over on the YouTube side just to make sure that they can see you. It looks like they can see you. So this is awesome. Y'all give it up one good time for the CEO of this Bblack awesome card, Mike Omere. I want to see if the applause will show up.
Appreciate everybody.
We're excited to have you, brother. Thank you for joining us on the BLJ channel. I know we planned on having this a little bit sooner, but I think it has given us a good opportunity given me a good opportunity to kind of see just kind of what was going to be rolled out, the different things in the back office, the awesome things that you guys got going on. Before we get too much rolling into the product itself, I'd love for you to just say a few words about yourself, what your background is, how you came to be the CEO of this amazing company, and we can get it started right from that, brother Mike.
I appreciate you, POJ, man. Thank you so much for having me on here. I've been following you for quite some time through this space, through this amazing space that we've been able to kind of just grow from and learn so much from.
Yeah.
Freedom and opportunity. But yeah, man, I think, for me personally, I'm very fortunate enough. I have, two amazing parents who kind of just grew me up as entrepreneurs, born and raised in Toronto, Canada. And at a young age, my mom put me into baseball, basketball. I'm an inner city kid. So she really wanted me to not, fall into bad times or make bad decisions.
Yep.
So personally, it was basketball during the winter and baseball during the summer. That's kind of like how things started with me. Baseball, I was better in baseball than basketball. So I think when I got to the age of about 15 years old was when I kind of made the decision and said baseball is going to be my ticket out. And just ran with it. Was fortunate enough to be played on on an amazing travel baseball team, 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
A scholarship to move to Arizona at 18 years old. I'm an inner city kid from Toronto, Canada. I hop on a plane. I go from Toronto to New York, New York to Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. I hop out the plane and look around for the first time, and I see mountains for the first time. Going on here? This is not where I'm from. I have a very close friend of mine that went to the school I went to a year before, so I didn't even take an official visit. I just was on his word, really. I got to Arizona 18 years old with my dad. And I was like, wow, life has officially started for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ended up, playing baseball, college baseball, minor professional baseball that I played as well. It was a fun ride, and then once that door closed, entrepreneurship just kicked right in for me personally. When I was 18, I got introduced to network marketing at a young age, and I remember bringing my dad to an event, and my dad thought I was crazy at the time. My dad was crazy, but for me, amazed at the ability to be able to sell and be able to be around like-minded individuals no matter what the product was. I remember it was ACN back in the day when I first saw it, and I was like, man, it's cool. Like this little, they had that little internet phone, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And that was kind of like how it started for me. Many years went by, and I never really took network marketing seriously, but it was always in the back of my mind. So
Yeah.
when baseball was over, I ended up getting a corporate job for a couple of years. And then what happened was I knew that my time was up when I asked my boss at the time for time off to go to a family reunion in New York. And it was the first time an adult told me no, and I couldn't go somewhere I wanted to go.
Yep.
That was around 24 years old when I was at that time, or 23, 24 years old. And I made a promise to myself that I'll never let another adult tell me no again if whatever I wanted. That was a big pivot for me in my life. And then after that, I started my own DJ company. I was living in Kansas City, Missouri at the time. So any
Yeah.
Chiefs fans here, go Chiefs for sure. I was living in Kansas City, and I started my own, DJ company. Was DJing weddings, corporate events. Tagged on with a dear friend of mine till this day, DJ Ashton Martin.
Yeah.
He's one of the best DJs in the Midwest for sure. I just rode his wing, kind of learned the business. That was the first taste of entrepreneur business. I remember the first time I went over to his house, and I learned about contracts and all these different things. I needed to learn about entrepreneurship. I just thought you go to the DJ gig and go play and that's it. But I
Right.
actually learned that there was more to it. So learned that, and then I spent about 5 years in that space. And then I got burnt out. I went from zero to being a household name in the city. I accomplished every goal I could, played at every hot spot.
Yep.
I did parties with Travis Kelce and other players as well that I'm still cool with till this day. And I just felt like I was done. I was done with it. I needed to get
Yeah.
out of the on, and that's when I got into network marketing for real, with a travel club, and that was kind of like how it started. And I took about 5 years of L's in the space of just learning and hearing no over and over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yep.
And then basically, that chapter closed after about 5 years. And then in 2020 is when I got introduced to cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
and that was the shift in 2020. I think that was when a lot of people jumped into the space. 2020.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I got into the space, and then jumped in. Jumped in January 2021. I was jumped into Novatech, and that was when everything changed
Yeah.
for a lot of us.
Yeah.
And it was a ride that I took, and then basically, I've always been an entrepreneur, someone who looked to see what other opportunities were out there. During that time, in November of 2022, I ran into an issue where I didn't want to use Coinbase. I didn't want to use ShakePay. I didn't want to use Crypto.com cards. I didn't want to use that
Yep.
because I hated having to be asked, man, what are you doing with your funds, or going to the bank
Right.
and questioning. So to kind of segue into this is November of 2022 was when a good friend of mine, Joey Fowler, introduced me to Prakash, the now founder of Bblack.
Yeah.
That was when the relationship started, and I ended up getting my card, joining the membership, and used it for Art Basel 2022, 2000 and 2022. I was at Art Basel, used it. It worked. I said, this
Yeah.
thing worked. You know what I mean? This thing
Yep.
worked. That's all I needed. I needed to know it worked. ended up signing about 15, 20 people as soon as I got back in. And there was no affiliate program at that time. I just did this off of, I knew people who needed this.
Yeah.
And they're still members till this day. And then that was kind of like what sparked, the conversation with Prakash and built the friendship over, a year and a half. And then about 3 months ago, we had the conversation and said, he would love to have me on board to help him with sales, marketing, and just the CEO role in general. So that's kind of like how we're here now.
Yeah, man. Listen, as I was listening to the story, and there's so much about your story that I didn't know, right? Because we just met each other maybe a couple months ago, and we started talking about the idea of this card. And of course, as a person that has had crypto cards in the past, right? So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Club Swan, and SPRITZ right now has a virtual card that I use, and there's a lot of different options out there in the space. But there was none that I could find that could handle the type of volume that a big crypto. I don't know. That's all relative to where you are, and what part of the country, the world you're in, and all these different things, because crypto is so international. It has that kind of footprint, but there was never really an option for the person that had a lot of crypto, but wanted to be able to spend in that way without as many of the regulations as there were in some of these other cards. And we'll get to the card. We'll start to get to the card a little bit later, but I just wanted to say, like, your story sounds so similar to mine, with the exception of being as good as at baseball as you probably were to get a scholarship to Arizona. I was not as good at baseball, and I wasn't as good in the classroom to be able to get the kind of attention in baseball that I wanted. But my two sports, of course, were football and baseball. So, it was football in the fall. It was winter workouts for baseball in the winter. It was spring ball. I didn't play spring football. I played baseball, right? And, there wasn't a whole lot of brothers on the team. So I don't know if you experienced that as well.
For
sure. But there wasn't a whole lot of skin folk when I was playing, especially when I got into high school. So I kind of stuck out in that way. And of course, it didn't necessarily get me the D1 looks and stuff like that. But I played some JUCO college ball, and that's where I decided, because I was trying to do both. I was trying to be a network marketer in a company called Stream, which was Ignite at one point, which actually was bought by the company ACN a couple years ago. So that's how we always were kind of like a competitor, I guess you could say, to ACN, but ACN had it's had time in the game. So there's only so much you can do as far as trying to compete with that. But network marketing as that tie at a young age, I got started in network marketing when I was 19, and my dad brought me, right? So it was kind of a flip. He was like, Gerald, I've been living the corporate life. I've been doing this corporate thing for a long time, and I've never seen something like network marketing in this capacity, especially as we start talking about energy deregulation. But that's a different story. It's just so many similarities. And of course, you've seen on my Instagram, I'm an entertainer right now. That's currently what I do outside of here. I'm a frontline singer for a band in DMV. And there's a lot of stuff going on, I'm sure, just like in Toronto. It's the city. There's a lot of things popping. There's a lot of notable names, especially, with your ties to Toronto, not only Toronto, but in Kansas City, cities like that just have a lot of stuff going on. So you've kind of seen both sides of the spectrum, right? You've seen the side where it's the entrepreneurial side. You've seen the network marketing side attached to that entrepreneurial side, because we know that can be two different worlds sometimes in itself as well. The entrepreneurial side, you still get the no's, but I think you get extra no's in network marketing. I think they just sprinkle extra no's on purpose in that industry just to really see who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you can stick through that for a few years and take those L's, and we don't call them losses, they're just learning lessons. That's all they are. So if we're able to, do that, and people wonder why, you become CEOs of companies, and you have YouTube channels with 20,000 subscribers. It's because we did network marketing, y'all. I want to tell you, that's the secret. Do network marketing as early as possible, and don't quit for like 3 years. Go to the events, be present at the meetings, get on the Zoom calls, even if you don't want to. You might get asked to run a few, You might get asked to host a few. You might get asked these things, but these are some of the growth moments that I've experienced, and to know that you've experienced that as well, it says a lot. It really does say a lot. And then of any brother that can stick through playing baseball is a feat as well. So I had to give you your props while I got you on the channel, man, because just hearing your story, I was like, man, this dude sounds like me. And I didn't want to ask how old you are, but I was gonna be like, well, you know, if he happens to be older than me, then I'm excited about the future for sure.
They're mid-35, so yeah.
35. See, I just turned 31 in December. So, you know, so all right. So now that we've gotten more acquainted, right? So this card, right? And as we talk about tools in this space, there's always going to be a competitor. There's always going to be another card, another option. And one thing that I've said about this card from the jump, right? It's not going to be for everyone. This is not the card for everyone. There will be, you know, other options as far as, you know, maybe affordability for some people or different things of that nature. But we know what makes this card special. But I want the people to really kind of hear from you. What are some of the things that you really believe set this card apart from the competition?
For sure. So for me, I'm going to take you back to the first issue I had personally when I was looking for something like this back in November 22 was, you know, I wanted to be able to have something that had higher limits. That was number one. You know, that was what I needed, what I wanted. I was tired of ShakePay asking me 1,000 questions and all these other exchanges asking me questions. So that was number one. I had to, you know, once I was able to go ahead and use it and know that I could go and buy whatever I wanted to buy, with not having to be asked any questions, and that was number one for me. But here is very, very unique what we have going on here, and let me explain why. Because, you know, when you hear about these card companies, and a lot of them want to have as many people as possible, and to be able to, and most of these companies don't even have a product ready yet. So they'll tell you that, hey, pay this, join a waiting list within 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you know, we're going to be able to issue you a card. And we'll get going. No, the cool thing about this, and this was the number one thing for me, was when I got the card, you know, it was I paid for it and I got it, you know, and it was something that was working. That was something for me that was like, wow, that's hurdle number one, you know, here, number one, right? So, you know, here I always like to remind people we have a product that is working actively, right? Working, not a promise that we're going to pay you, or I should not pay you, but give you the card later on. Like, this is working right now. So also the kicker is this: through the pandemic and through what we've gone through, we know that, you know, when something is when something, the supply becomes less, demand becomes higher. We just know that, experienced it through the economy and everything. So what's super cool about this is that we only are wanting 10,000 members, and that's it. That's all we want. We don't want 1 million members. We're not striving for that. That's not what we're striving for. We only want 10,000 members, and that's it, right? So for all of our active members right now, okay, for all of our active members who have a card, think of it like this: you have 1 share out of 10,000 shares that are available in our membership program. That's it. All we want, right? Because what happens is when we get to 10,000 members, it's not a matter of if, really, it's only a matter of when, right?
That's right.
At the end of the day, what's happening is this: when we get to 10,000 members, we close that door, right? We start a waiting list. The only way someone could get in is if someone exits out, and that's it, right? But the cool part about this is that if someone chooses to exit out, they have an asset. They have an asset that they bought the card with for 5,000 US dollars. Okay. And what happens is now in that market, we figure out the value of that market then at that time. Right. So you might have paid $5,000 for that asset that you have for the membership and card, but later on the road, someone might buy that asset for 15,000. So the cool part about that now is that you could go ahead and sell that, okay? And you keep 80% of the sale, we keep 20%, and you can go and shake our hands and we say thank you for the experience, and we move on. So, and the cool part about this also is, we've added on so many cool different things lately. You're going to be able to buy Bitcoin off the app. Also, we have a teledoc service as well. And also the cool events that we're going to have. Our party partner Welcome to Holt Living. I was just on a call this morning with the founder, Prakash, and we were talking about having a staple Bblack event every year. So, the Maxim party every year that, it's a staple. We were chatting this morning. What is our staple event that's going to be? And we have an idea of what it's going to be. I can't release it yet, but for our members, like anyone who knows me, I love curating. If you ever been to my birthday, I always do a destination birthday. So I always curation of bringing people together and collecting memories. That's my MO. If you know me for the years, that's my MO. So there's cool things that we have going on here.
Man, that's so awesome. I want to touch on the first thing that you said about some of the issues, just kind of what sets us apart, right? So and I won't name drop any companies or anything like that. I won't do that. But there's many different opportunities out there that or platforms, that will say, hey, we've got this card coming, it's in the roadmap. It's in, what I'm saying, it's a part of our plans for quarter this and quarter that. And we get there or we don't get there at all. But like you said, the empty promises, they have you sign up for something that never comes, or, you get a part of something that goes away. Like it's hold on one second. The StreamYard and put a there we go. I gotta be careful with my hands. But like you said, there's just the empty promises. And when you got a part of this, when you attach yourself to this card, they issued you a card immediately. You know what I'm saying? It was something that you could take somewhere and use. And then, of course, being your own best customer is the first part of sharing it with other people. It's trying the product for yourself. And when you've got that success story to have, where you can say, hey, not only did I not have to wait 3-4 months for my card, but I was able to load my card and then use it almost immediately. And that's something that I don't want people to take for granted, because when we're dealing in this crypto space, there's a lot of risk, period, right? But when you're dealing with crypto tools, you want to be able to trust the tools that you're using, especially after you get them, right? And so it sounds like this is something that, and even for myself, as I start to learn the process of the back office that's here right now, as you talked about some of the new features that are going to be attached to the membership, like being able to purchase Bitcoin straight from the app, which is going to be a game-changing thing. The teledoc thing, I've been a fan of teledoc since back in the network marketing days, of course, but I think that's something that really became important, not only during COVID, but during this phase of crypto enthusiasts starting to figure out that the main people that seem to be against crypto are the ones that are issuing checks. So we got to be able to spend, and we have to be able to move and not be hindered by the powers that be, So I think this is a major tool that needs to be used, needs to be talked about. And the high limit thing, of course, like I said, for those of you that are working in this crypto space, for those of you that, we know pro players that are cashing their contracts out in Bitcoin. And this has been happening, for a minute now, right? This ain't new. Everybody sees Odell Beckham in the Cash App crypto commercials and stuff now. Coinbase just held a party at the All-Star game. Like we're seeing the brands start to show up. And of course, if anybody's doing any back looking at the industry itself, crypto is going to be here, ladies and gentlemen. So it's good to have these kind of tools at our disposal. The parties and social events, like you said, I'm a person that's kind of like that as well. I didn't always grow up as a partier, only because I wasn't really invited to the parties. They thought because I went to church on Sunday that I probably didn't party on Saturday. And they didn't quite have me all the way right, but I think it kept me out of some trouble for a while. But as we start to understand the power of networking, the power of being in the room where it happens, the power of, making relationships and like you said, curating memories, one thing that I think that we all should do is take some time to make some, when we can, of course, we all should strive to be at the point where we can start creating memories for our families and our friends. Because when we're left You know, when we leave this earth, what is it really that people are going to remember us for? Are they going to remember that we gave them $1,000 when they asked for it? Or are they going to remember that they were a part of this? You know, one of the things that I can kind of relate to is, you know, even though my football team is trash, you know, the Commanders, I'm a huge Commander fan / Redskin fan. For those of you that are scared of change, it's okay. I understand. I started getting a suite at the Cowboys game, you know, just for my friends and family, the ones that have been here with me and my wife through the thick and the thin. You know what I'm saying? I invite them to the game and just create memories like that. They didn't have to pay for nothing, parking, stay, all that stuff's taken care of. And this space provided me that, right? This crypto space, this passive income space. You know, so for those of you that are out there that don't think there's power in networking and sharing and having tools of value to share with others, I can't tell you what to do, but I promise you that you will see folks like me and Mike continuing to do things like that. And we'll be, I'm sure I'll speak for myself. I'll be an open book about how we get there. It's really hard work and dedication to whatever you decide to do. But back to the card, I'll start. I tend to talk. I get to rapping because, you know, I get motivated, man. And you've motivated me this morning. So I don't want to have you on crazy long, but as I look at the website and different things of that nature, I'm totally impressed with what I see from an infrastructure standpoint. The app is one of the most impressive apps that I've seen as it pertains to a wallet or crypto. But I'd like you to talk about a little bit, because I know this is going to come up as it pertains to the wallet that's attached to the Bblack opportunity. Of course, to be able to load your card, you have to be able to send too. So are there special keys? Is it a cold wallet? Is it something that has the type of security that we may expect from maybe like an Exodus wallet, or is it more like a Coinbase, or does it kind of stand alone as just a load in and be able to convert and use? How does that kind of work?
Perfect. So the wallet, right? Wallet is best used, and I tell people is for us to be able to give you the decision in order if you want to load it to your card or if you want to send it to wallet to wallet. So if you and I both have a card, right, instead of us having to take the money off of the platform, right? Mm-hmm. If you have a card and you say, hey, you know, I need some money, okay, I could take money off the card and bring it to my wallet to you. You know what I mean? That allows basically a space where, you know, instead of it just being on the card, it just gives us a space where we could transfer it or move it to the card or whatever we did. Whatever. I wouldn't say, like, you know, you go there and store all your, you know, crypto on there if you need to. Right. I'm not saying do that. I'm just simply saying, you know, for me, I've had a card since, you know what, it's been November 2022. I've used it as storage. I just use it as a place. I'm gonna load it. I'm either gonna send some funds to somebody else or I'm gonna load it onto my card. That's really how, for sure, from a wallet standpoint. So yeah,
that's awesome. Are you able to send from your wallet to someone else's bank account? Does it have to be type of a member to member type of transaction as it pertains to the wallet to wallet?
Definitely member. So if you go to the app and you look into the settings, you'll go ahead and you'll see that there is like a wallet number. Mm-hmm. Wallet number. So if I have that, if you send me your wallet number, I could just go ahead, if I have money in my wallet or I have money on my card and I want to just move it from the card to the wallet, I can pull out that amount. I got your wallet number. Go put it in. Boom, send it to you. You get it right away.
Yeah. Awesome. So there was a name that you mentioned that I don't know that a lot of people know who this person is, right? His name is Prakash, right? Yes. And I haven't had the chance to meet him personally. I know we're going to get to that soon, and I'm excited about that. But what about Prakash, as just for the people, because of course, as we start talking about this more and more, and the leadership is already doxxed, so it's not like, you know, the people that are involved with this card are hiding or anything like that. Prakash is a name that folks will see. How has you guys' relationship, how do I want to say this? How did you get attached to Prakash in this kind of capacity, and what is you guys' whatever you want to share. You don't have to share everything, but whatever you feel comfortable sharing about you guys' working relationship and how he kind of pertains to the company as well.
For sure.
What his role is.
Yeah, for sure, man. For my guy, because he's the one that initiated for us to be able to connect. For me, I was in Toronto when I needed the card. I bought it and I picked it up at the office at that time, and I picked it up and basically I was able to use it. When I used it, and had an experience with it, I think what happened is I brought a bunch of people in, which kind of put me on the radar of who is this person, and then what happened was organically, him and I just organically just built a friendship over time. And look, hats off to him because he's been working on this thing for 2.5 years. We have an amazing team in India that we work with. We have an amazing team in Toronto that we work with as well, product side with Mike B and what he's done. He takes care of all of the back end, a lot of back end stuff. I didn't realize this, man, but a lot of back end stuff goes in that I didn't see in the beginning. Obviously, as you don't see it, and then once I jumped into the role as CEO is when you start seeing all the operations and things like that happen. And Josh has been working on this for quite some time, so this is now he's ready to all right, let's roll this thing out because we've he's really worked on this thing. And so I think organically it's just we're able to kind of just chat and talk and just he has a deep passion for this. And I think just from my experience from a customer and now being able to have the role of CEO, I think him and I share the same passion now. We see this as a solution, and it's a big solution to a big problem in the space. And I think, real cool guy that said, if you want to know him, he's the type of guy, family man, he's got a family, but also at the same time, he enjoys peak life experiences. He thinks that's very, very important in life. And, he's been able to really create. And also for me personally, from the outside looking in, I wanted to see the type of relationships he had with people. You learn a lot from someone just from the relationships they got with people. So
that's right.
I mean, so once I was able to spend more time with him and then learn about it, the people he introduced me to, and I'm like, man, these are people, man. Like, I got to be around these people more often, as much as I possibly can. These groups of entrepreneurs and high level thinkers, and I'm like, this is super cool. So it kind of, once I was able to see the company he kept, was like, all right, man, this guy's the real deal. For sure. So that's kind of like, some story of how this thing started with, myself and Prakash.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I can't wait to meet Prakash and just have a conversation with him. I can tell there's been a lot of work done on this. I could tell just from how the app was, ready to rock and roll. I didn't have to wait for it to clear iOS or anything like that. I can tell this has been something that has been worked on for some time. All right. So for those of you that are listening out there, this is not just a new project. This is not just a new opportunity, even though it's new to some of our ears. This is something that has been worked on for years. And I think I can be accurate in saying that it's been worked on for years. So while it is not for everybody, it's built for everybody. If that makes sense. It's built, it's ready to use. One more thing, and I don't want to hold you. I appreciate your time so much, man. Just getting you on here, I think it brings a lot of value. And I want to let everybody know that if you have any questions, I invite you to go ahead and leave them in the comment section. If you got them right now while we're live, go ahead and drop them in. If you haven't liked the video already, make sure you like it, because when you like it, it helps the algorithm get it out to more people. And with as many people that are adopting cryptocurrency in this space today, as many people that can see this as possible, they need to see it. We're not going to go over any pricing or anything like that right here, because I really want to build value around that, because it's very important that people kind of see past what it costs to get involved. It's about the membership. It's about the networking. It's about the value that the card can have in the future as well. If you ever decide that you want to cut ties with, and I don't imagine if you're using this card on a regular basis that you would want to do that in the first place. It's something that's here right now. It's a card that we can be a part of and use. On the active side, for those of you that like to share opportunities, there is an opportunity for you there as well. And you can get more information on that on the website. But before we go, brother, I want to just let you leave any last words that you'd like to leave with the community, about, you know, anything special that you'd like to just share about your experience with the card. Anything, you know, if you want to drop a spoiler, you can. Whatever you feel like you want to drop, I want to leave the floor up to you, bro. You've got it.
Oh, I appreciate that. So I will say, look, let's chat about, like, I'll mention more about the affiliate side a little bit. And,
Yeah,
you know, one thing about Prakash, he really wanted to create an affiliate program that was, you know, for the affiliate. That's
yeah,
number one. And one of those major things that he wanted to address was making sure affiliates get paid within 24 hours after they make the sale. So
mhm,
this is something that is, he really emphasizes he wanted this to happen, because there's so many different affiliate programs where, you know, you get paid and you might get it a week later, a month later, maybe
yeah,
something quarter later, it doesn't matter. But for us, what's cool about this is that once you use your referral link, and you have someone sign up, you get paid your referral bonus within 24 hours. Okay, straight to your wallet. Okay, and that's the cool part about how this is set up. And, you know, I just tell people, go onto the website. You know, we just launched. I'll share this with you guys. We just launched a 45-day, you know, gifted card program, right? So this is just for, and we vet everybody. This is not for everybody. I don't want to let everybody know. You know, this is for, you know, top network marketers, you know, top influencers.
yeah,
And we vet them out. So this isn't, you know, we don't just give free cards out for everybody. But
right,
we understand that, you know, people who have influence, allowing them to have the card in their hand and use it, and over to be able to expose it to their networks, is very huge, especially
yeah,
in this. A lot of people just want to know that it works. I was in the exact same boat. I didn't want
right,
to share this with anybody until I knew this worked. Once I knew it worked, I, you know, went to work. Started sharing it with people. So
that's right,
also have that as well, for those that, you know, for the select few who qualify. But, you know, I just want to kind of reiterate that this is definitely just uh, a vibe where, you know, you're gonna meet some cool people. I promise you, you're gonna meet some, you know, some people who are like, man, I didn't know I had access to this type of individuals. You know what I mean? Like, just to be, once we get the events rolling and those things going, I promise you, man, it's going to be really some cool memories being created. And as I said before, this is not something that we want 1 million members to be a part of. This is something that is only 10,000 members. We're
that's right,
happy. That's it, you know? So very exclusive. And I think that making it exclusive allows us to really be able to do some cool things. I want to do cool masterminds. I want to be able to connect in the room with, you know, access of, you know, people that we have access to. I mean, you're talking about Prakash and, you know, in our corporate team, you know, these guys have access to some serious people in the entrepreneur world. You know what I mean? Celebrities as well. So, you know, we really want to, you know, provide maximum value to our 10,000 members, you know, and we're not at 10,000 yet, but we're going to get there. There's no matter of time. It's just, you know, the word's getting out there. So
that's
I
right.
appreciate you 1,010%, man, and what you've done and everything you've done in your platform, and how many people you think we at the end of the day, I think we focus so much on, you know, you're on social media, you see negativity everywhere and all that
Yeah,
stuff. We don't give enough flowers to people like yourself. You know, I saw the video with DAP the other day. I was able to
yeah,
look at the video, yourself, DAP, other individuals in this space who have helped a lot of people, not even just financially, mentally, spiritually. I'm telling you, man, we don't give our brothers enough flowers. So my
that's
flowers to
right.
you. Appreciate you and everything that you've done, man.
Man, thank you. That means so much. And just from what I've learned about you just in the last hour, man, that means a whole lot. I've got a lot of work to do, but I think our goals are aligned, man. We want to help our people in our way, and I don't mean our people in just our colored folk, but we want to help everybody that wants to be helped. You know,
Every
we want to help those people that want more for their lives. And however we can do that, whether it's just lifting a word of encouragement or being honest about our experiences or whatever it is that's going to really kind of bring people in to understand that, one, they're not alone, but two, there are other people that are really striving for more. And if they want to be attached to them, there's every opportunity to do that. And sometimes you gotta pay to play. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, be able to build something up so that you can show your real value. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you're doing for your community and how you're giving back. And I think in this way, we're able to give back to our communities in a way that folks can see people lead that look like us. And they can also count on us on our consistency. I think that's one thing that if I don't have anything else, I think that people can count on seeing me on a consistent basis. And, if that's all I got right now, then I'll work with it. So you just got to work with whatever you got right now. And I just appreciate you so much for being on the channel. Everything that you have done. Listen, I want everybody to know where they can follow you on social media so they can see all the cool stuff that I get to see on a daily basis that you post for motivation and all of that different stuff, man. So let them know where they can find you, Mike.
Guys, really just I'm on Instagram platform, so Mike.Omere, Omere. So Mike.Omere. That's really the main place. And then I got Facebook, same thing, Mike.Omere as well on there. All the same handle, TikTok, same thing.
Yep.
But my main place is definitely Instagram for sure. So one more thing real quick. You said something. You just said something that's really major, and I want everyone to have an understanding. You just said something about paying to play.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things I've learned in this journey in life is when you get to the next, if you want to get to the next level of life, we all have groups and we all have people and levels that we're at. One of the things that I've learned in my elevation of life is that you've got to pay in order to play at the next level.
That's right.
How the next level knows that you're serious is when you get to that next level, or you strive to get to that next level, there's a dollar amount you have to pay in order to get access to that next level.
That's right.
People miss that. The majority of people don't understand that there's a dollar amount in order to get to that next level, but that next level will lead you to the relationships in order to maximize your dollar amount.
That's right.
For sure.
That's right. I hope everybody received these gems we're giving you guys now, because it's for free on YouTube right now. Now you start seeing some masterminds pop up that cost like $5,000, and you know, don't be mad at us then. All right, just catch them while you can catch them right now. Man, so thank you so much for your time, man, and I hope to get to hit some baseballs with you in Colombia soon, because that looked immaculate, and I need to.
It's the culture here.
Man, I was just watching them kids out there, bro. They're different.
I sponsor a 15-year-old kid out here, Luis. Just to see his growth over the last year. I've been working with him and his father now for the last little year or so now, and just to see his growth. I mean, here, Dominican, Venezuela, bro, these guys, baseball's number one, everything else is second. You know, so
man, a few of them guys came up to my JUCO when I was playing. Had me considering what I had been doing for the last 3-4 years. I was like, what was I doing?
I have a buddy, his name's Francisco, and I was going to school in Arizona at the time. He's Venezuelan. Came from Venezuela. Man, I remember we were at practice one day, and the coach said, "Hey, we got this kid coming from Venezuela." And corner infielder. And he go and you know, obviously, you know, the team goes, "Hey, he coming from Venezuela, this guy." You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like the one black kid that comes to the all-white school and he wants to play football.
Right, you know. He came in first day of practice, 6'4", 6'5", dude, middle infielder, or no, he was a corner infielder, played first and third base. Man, this guy looked like a machine. And I remember seeing him play, and I was like, man, this guy's legit. And it was, man, I mean, these guys just take it seriously, man. Francisco, he's still out in Arizona. He's got 2 boys now, and he's doing. But yeah, man, these guys take it seriously out here, and I love it. I love the culture out here for sure.
Man, you gotta love it because you can see the passion on it. It's just like They ain't out there because they gotta love it to play the way that they play and work the way that they work. And you know, even if they don't love it, they got some folks out there that love it for them, and that's gonna make sure they stay out there.
Summer, I went to last time I was here last winter. I went to a winter. If you ever have an experience, either in the DR or in Colombia, go to a winter league baseball game.
Yeah.
You'll consider an MLB game again as what a winter league baseball, man, intense. I remember we got to the game. I was there last year.
Yeah,
got championships. It was a championship. We got to the arena at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. The game was still going on until 11:30 that night. There was not one empty seat, and
Are they playing a full 9? Did it go extra?
But it was just, man, you know, these games take forever, man. Like they got, you know, they take their time. You know what I mean? The championship game, the championship finals. I think it was like game 3 or something like that, or early on in the series. And I remember that experience alone was just insane. I'd never been to a baseball game like that where it was like, you know, noisy. You know, people never left early. Like it was insane, man. Insane. Yeah. The energy was just insane. So,
man, I can't wait. I'm putting that on my list of stuff to do this year, man, because you know, I got some traveling to do. I just got my passport last year. Didn't get a chance to quite do what I wanted to do. Some things happened at the end of the year that shifted, you know, how we were living. But you know, man, I'm excited about what we got going on. I'm excited about the space as a whole still, and excited about the future of what we got here with the Bblack card. Make sure everybody, make sure you go and do your due diligence. Go to the website. If you don't have a link, the link is in the description. If you're getting this video from somebody that is a part of this, make sure you get their link. You don't have to feel like you have to use mine, but make sure you get a link from somebody that is a part of it. It's always important to stay connected to your teams and everything. If you want more information, you can always reach out to me. And if I don't know the answer, I will go ask Mike. I have a direct line to Mike, so he's been great with answering other questions. And for those of you out there that feel like you got a little bit of influence and may want to share this with others, get in contact with me as well. You know, we could possibly get you a part of the program that they have for 45 days to enable you to get your active share on, if that's what you want to do. But I do believe that this is going to be a tool that really does allow a lot of the people that kind of play at a certain level to help you get ready to play at that next level. And that's what I'm excited about as well. So Mike, thank you so much for your time, man. And don't be a stranger to the show. We'll have you on for any reason, even if it's just to chop it up, bro. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, bro, and just thank you for joining us today. I'm gonna go ahead and let them know just one thing. Put your 2FA on all the platforms that will allow you, and all your wallets, because crypto is indeed the wild, wild west, y'all. And if you ain't strapped, you're bound to get hacked. Ask me how I know. It is not very fun at all. Mike, I want to ask you one question. Is there 2FA on this app?
No 2FA. It's something we'll bring in.
Okay.
Bring in. It's not a problem. Our tech team's legit. Everything we ask for them to do, they can do it. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it from the source, and y'all know how important 2FA is for me, because I get people try to hack my page, all my stuff every day, just because of how exposed I kind of am in the space. So I definitely want to make sure that everyone has the minor security measures in place, because it really doesn't take too much to get your 2FA installed. All right. Stay diligent and vigilant in the space and in the comment section. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on BOJ Live. Y'all know I got a couple other videos to do. We got some stuff to talk about, but I definitely had to get my brother Mike on. Man, thank you so much. And we will see y'all on the next one. Go and get your card today. Don't even wait. Just go get it today. All right. Peace out.